correct sound is this. V or Hallo und herzlich willkommen. Hier ist ULMX Englisch für Fortgeschrittene. Heute sprechen wir über eine sehr schwierige Buchstabenkombination, TH. Ich bin Matthew Blunt, ein Englisch-Muttersprachler aus den USA, und weil mein Name Matthew ein TH enthält, ist das Thema mir sehr nah zum Herzen. Heute wird der Unterricht auf Englisch und einfach nur als Info: Englisch für Fortgeschrittene zielt Englischlerner an, die zwischen B2 und C2 sind und ihre Aussprache verbessern möchten. So, lass mal anfangen. We're going to talk about 5 main points today. The importance, common mistakes, technique to do it correctly, the difference between voiced and unvoiced, and the reason why people learn this and then they still make mistakes. So, let's get started with the importance. TH is used frequently. It's used in very many words. It's an often made sound. If you make this sound wrong, incorrectly, it's going to sound weird, and you're going to be making a weird sound all the time. You want to do it right. It's not a rarely used sound. It's in very many words. Just remember, it's important to say the sound right. Common mistakes are either a D sound, a V sound, an F sound, a Z sound, or an S sound. The correct sound is this. V, or if you make the mistake with the D, it sounds like D. V, V, F, Z, Z, S, S. Now, the correct sound is this. V, or the technique to make this sound correctly with the TH is to put your tongue in between your teeth and blow the air over the top of your tongue. It looks like this. Or you can see that when the air comes through, the tongue is blown away from the teeth, but with no air, it's like you're biting your tongue. Die Zunge beißen. When you blow the air through, there's a gap. That's that. That's the correct technique. It feels a bit like you have your tongue between your teeth, and when you're voicing it, it may tickle a little bit. The correct sound is this. You're using your voice, not just the air. You're using your vocal cords. Or these are the correct TH sound. And the difference between the S and the Z and the V and the F are only whether or not it's the voiced or the unvoiced. Is voiced, is not voiced. Your vocal cords are engaged with a voiced sound. It's a hum. And with V and F, the air is coming through the same place. But in the V sound, you're humming, and the F, you're not. With the Z sound, you're humming, and you're making the same shape with your mouth as with the S sound. S, s, z, s, z. It's the same air shape. The air comes through the same place in between your teeth, but with the Z sound, you're voicing it. It's a voiced sound. Z, you're using your voice, not just the air. You're using your vocal cords. With the TH, or so now let's talk about the reasons why people learn the technique and then they don't actually say it correctly, because this is taught. A lot of schools teach you, your school probably taught you how to pronounce it correctly, but if you have trouble with this sound, like if you meet a colleague and his name is Matthew, or the TH sound troubles you because you say it all the time, mathematics, path, think of all the times you say the word the. That's the first word in the language. The, der, die, das, dem, den, the definite article. The. People know and don't do it. Why is that? It's because it feels weird. If you're not used to putting your tongue in between your teeth, because you don't need to do it for your language, this is a strange position to find yourself in. What's my tongue doing all the way out here? It just feels weird. But trust me, you're doing it correctly. If it feels weird to you because you never do it, that means you're doing it correctly. If you want to do it right, you're going to have to feel a bit weird to yourself, because the shape is the shape. For me, it was really weird when I started learning German to do the R sound and the L sound, which are videos in and of themselves. But you have to be moving outside of your comfort zone. Otherwise, you're not going to make the pronunciation the way that the native speakers do. So we've talked about the importance, which is high. There's a very high level of importance to the TH sound. We've talked about the common mistakes, D, S, Z, F, and V. Technique, the difference between the voiced and the non-voiced. And we've talked about why people make the mistakes even when they know the technique. We'll repeat just, again, the way it's done correctly. And I'll reiterate that you can do it too. So this is how it's done. The tongue is in between the teeth. The air is coming over the tongue in between the tongue and the top teeth. Nur Luft. And with the voiced sound, so an example, the apple there. Please give me the apple there. Or in my name, the non-voiced version, Matthew. A lot of Germans say Matthew. It's something pretty close. It's not the S, it's not the V, F, Z, or D. It's really just like not far enough out with their tongue. And Matthew does still sound noticeably different than Matthew. Matthew. The TH air, it's called a fricative. This air needs to come from in between a certain place for it to sound normal. And if it feels weird and you're not a native English speaker, then it probably sounds normal to English listeners. And you can do it too, as long as you step outside of your comfort zone and just follow this tip. Put your tongue in between your teeth. So, das war es für heute. Danke für das Zuschauen. Und wenn ihr Fragen habt, frage einfach. Ich bin da. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss. Dies war ULMX für Englisch Fortgeschrittene.